The funniest thing in the history of the science of paleontology is this time in the 1870s and 1880s that there were these two American paleontologists called O.C. Marsh and E.D. Cope they hated each other to such an extent that it made them completely obsessed with each other. Like, some people describe it as a rivalry, which is technically right, but like, I don't know what that word implies to you. My high school had a rival high school. I think that implies a much more casual relationship than whatever the hell was going on here. Their careers revolved around each other. Between them, they named 136 different species of dinosaur because they were trying to out paleontology each other. At one point, they spent an entire year submitting papers to this peer-reviewed journal called the American Naturalist, which increasingly devolved into just being about each other, to the point that the editors of the Naturalist had to step in and issue an editorial saying, like, you guys are cut off, basically. Professor Marsh and Professor Cope are no longer allowed to comment on each other or each other's works in the papers that they submit to this journal, or we're not going to publish them. Unhinged. There was theft, bribery, slander, sabotage by dynamite, but also these two guys were really important in their own right to the history of paleontology. They were incredibly prolific, largely because they were obsessed with each other, and skilled when they weren't being distracted by being obsessed with each other, and so their work forms the foundation of a lot of modern paleontology. All of this is to say, I am currently reading a Marsh paper from 1881 for another thing, doing research for something I'm writing about dinosaurs. I was not expecting Bone Wars content in this, but I should have known better because these guys were physically incapable of keeping each other's names out of their mouths. There appear to be no true lumbar vertebrae, as those near the sacrum supported free ribs of moderate size. These vertebrae have both faces of the centrum nearly flat or biconcave. Asterisk. Footnote. Professor Cope. This was not published in the Naturalist. This happened after they were banned from talking about each other in the Naturalist.